Hello and welcome to a special feature of CALRADGYR. This is a mod that focuses on kind of story-based gameplay, as well as some pretty unique mechanics that I don't think I've seen in many mods ever before. Of course, by the name you can tell that it is based in CALRADGYR. Let's start a new game while I continue talking about it. Anyway, the point is that what we got to do is the overarching story, basically, is that you have to collect a number of gemstones, and if you can collect all of the gemstones, you can restore the crown of CALRADGYR, and you can then ascend to become the CALRADGYR, which is the ruler of all CALRADGYR, as you can see right here. But anyway, the point is that once you do that, all the villages in the land will gain plus 25 relation, and some guilds will also reinforce your garrisons, but at the same time, if you haven't taken care of any kingdoms, they will all declare war on you. Now, bear in mind that if you do deal with one of these unique areas, there's a bunch of different unique kind of sprite-based locations that you can go to on the world map, and they all have different things associated with them. You'll see exactly what I mean when we actually start. Now, what I would like to do is I would like to get some horse archery, and I would like to get some, well, not really power draw, but I was hoping that I might be able to get a little bit of throwing proficiency. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but it might be kind of cool if I could, maybe. Yeah, riding skill, I guess, tactics, leadership, I guess that's all good. And we're actually going to be starting in the Saranid Sultanate. I'm pretty sure that sounds like the best thing for me right now. So I'm going to just go, and I really like the fact that you can see all of your stats and stuff, and you can see how much gold you're going to start with, how much renown, and so on and so forth as well. I think that's pretty cool. We're going to just do, I guess, realistic saving. This is the point. This is just a special feature, and if you don't know anything about a special feature, basically it's just about showcasing the various features of a mod, and then you can determine whether you want to download it yourself. There is a link in the description, by the way, for you to be able to do that. Anyway, we're just going to be calling ourselves Beartilled, as we usually do in these special features, and I'm going to be increasing my strength by a massive margin because I would like to get a huge amount of power throw, and we're going to go for a little bit in Weapon Master as well, and then we're just going to be increasing our throwing weapon proficiency, and that is great. We're just going to go for the default look, and now we can start in Cherise, and that is exactly it. There you go, that's it. There's no bandit to fight or anything like that, but you're going to see exactly what I mean about this. We're going to take a look at the world map in just a second, but there is a very unique way of gaining skills, and I'm sure that there is another mod that also does this, but I think I haven't really played that mod that extensively, so do bear that in mind. Anyway, let's go into the tavern here. All right, so you may think to yourself, oh, look, there's nothing really much here to really consider, you know, apart from Ymira, of course, who I will be taking into our party. There's this guy, though. This guy is the leader of this trade guild, and there are all kinds of different guilds all over CALRADGYR. As far as I'm aware, there are 24 guilds that you can work for and that you can then do missions for and so on and so forth. And you're going to be gaining a massive benefit from doing this. So if you say, I need volunteers who can fight with me, then you can do this. Look at that. I'm going to send 10 units of opium poppy to Grey, the guild leader in Geroya Inn, near Sugun Castle. However, with all those bandits and deserters on the roads, if you can deliver them successfully in 7 days, you gain +1 skill point to spotting, which I gotta say, I think is a really, really cool system. You can also speak to the guild master regularly, just a regular guild master, and you can see that he'll give you, what is this? Some fighting near the town, teach those bastards a lesson. Okay, well, yeah, you can deal with looters if you so desire, and then, of course, we do have a tournament here as well. And as you can see, all of the looters nearby have now been activated, so to speak, so you can now attack them if you want to, and that is so unfortunate. Isn't it just my luck to go into the one village that does not want to recruit to me? Okay, so here's the thing. This is what I actually wanted to show you. So basically what you can do is that if you capture this particular unique area on the map, then you will be able to recruit volunteers as Doric recruits. And as far as I'm aware, they can be customized completely. So they are basically customizable troops. I'm not entirely sure of the extent of the customization because I obviously haven't been there yet, but hopefully in this video we will be able to explore the ability to customize and so on and so forth. But basically what it says on the download page at the very least is that you can select their equipment and you can basically just customize them to whatever you want them to be, which is actually really cool. There's also something else that I find really cool about this mod. There are very unique sounds. There's like I'm not entirely sure if they're unique, you know, maybe other mods have used them or anything like that, but the point is that I haven't really heard these sounds that often, if at all, in other mods. So it's actually quite cool to have different sounds, and you may notice that when we actually start going into the battle. Actually, you know what? I might just shut up while we're fighting these guys so that you can actually hear the combat sounds a little bit more clearly. So no doubt you can already tell that the game does tend to have different screams, different death screams that the enemies tend to exhibit, and there are also different melee hit sounds as well, which I actually quite like because they do sound pretty good. I feel like they sound pretty good, so it's kind of nice. It kind of adds a little bit of extra, I don't know, extra oomph, I guess you could say, to the actual fighting. So that's quite nice to see. And of course, all of my Serenade recruits are able to take prisoners, which I think is actually amazing, but unfortunately I don't have any prisoner management skill, or do I? No, I have 0. Well, that's not very good, but if you wanted to, you could obviously create a character with prisoner management skill in the initial creation, but obviously I wasn't really intending on, you know, making a slave taker or anything like that. But anyway, there you go. We got some falchions right here that I can of course take if I want to. I will be equipping the sturdy nomad armor, and you can also see that some of these items actually do have a little bit of a stat here. I'm not entirely sure if that makes any difference because we can already see the prefix of the weapon, but maybe it has a little bit of extra something to do with it. But anyway, we're just going to continue onward. I could update the management of our NPC, as you can see right here. So technically, Ymira could actually use something a little bit extra. And I guess why not? We might as well do that. And I'm actually just going to put a falchion back in here. Maybe some boots for her. And then she can just upgrade that. There we go. Okay, so she's already done that. That's good. And so it is about time that we move on, isn't it? So we're going to move on. We gained 131 dinars from that, which is actually really nice because that means that I will be able to continue recruiting volunteers. And I've started in Serenade territory because I don't usually do that, and Serenade territory is, in my opinion, pretty fun, especially when you can spec a little bit into thrown weapons, because I'm actually a huge fan of thrown weapons, which is ironic because I have actually said in the past that I really don't like thrown weapons at all, but I have recently become a big fan of them, and they're actually really fun to use. But anyway, let's just sell all of this. As you can see, the merchants do have a very standard amount of money, and you're not going to really see massive bankroll or anything like that in the taverns. So, not in the taverns, in the marketplaces. So you know, you got to bear that in mind. There is a ransom broker. There's Lezelit if I want to take him. Now Rolf has a very specific thing that you can do with him in this mod. Basically, Rolf is all about, oh, look at that, the leader of the desert snakes. Yeah, bear in mind that these guilds, they are all about everything. They're about trading, smuggling, slavery, bandits, you know, all kinds of stuff going on with them. And so you can technically, if you want to, do that with them. And you can do all kinds of different missions and things like that. But these missions are actually really, I'm going to pay them. Because because I don't really want to fight 18 Desert Bandits. Desert Bandits are actually pretty fast as well. I didn't spec into any pathfinding because I was hoping that I might be able to find a companion relatively soon. But anyway, the point is that Rolf, as I was getting back to my previous point, Rolf is actually a very important companion to find because he actually allows you to besiege Doric Castle. And I'll show you where Doric Castle is at the moment in just a second. So yeah, this is Joroya Inn. As you can see, these guys are attacking me, but that's okay. Oh. Okay, I'll just leave some troops behind. I actually made a mistake there. I meant to pay them, but oh well. Never mind. It's absolutely fine. It's a brave decision to run away. Thank you very much, Ymira. You're being very nice, considering. And, oh yeah. There's actually also something else that I mean to mention as well, just in a second. But there you go. At last, my stock was almost depleted, and give Saran my regards. I'll put in a good word for you next time I deal with him. Okay, so now technically what we can do is we can take 20 units of tea, and we can deliver them to Argo, the caravan master, in Dirim in 7 days. And that is going to then give me +1 skill point to inventory management. Pretty amazing, right? Yeah, pretty amazing. I unfortunately don't know if I have enough space. Do you think I have enough space for 20 units of tea? Maybe. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But yeah, anyway, there is actually something else that I want to show you, as well as the location of Doric Castle. So I'm actually going to take this 20T. I don't know whether I have enough space, do I? Yeah, easily. Okay, not too bad. And these guys are going to want to attack me again, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Oh, how annoying. Yes, take it. Get away from me, you scoundrels. Okay, thank you very much. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to go to Tolga because I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about when we get over there. Can these guys leave me alone? Oh, they are actually leaving me alone. Thank you. Whew. Okay, I was a bit worried for a second. Okay, so how much money do I actually... Oh yeah, I've got a decent amount of money, so if anyone decides to attack me, I can basically just pay them off, which is exactly what we're going to do, because we don't really want to fight them at the moment. All right. So you may think, okay, so this is a pretty standard looking menu, right? Well, maybe you'd be wrong. Let's take a walk around the streets. Oh, you see that skeleton over there? Oh, that seems to, that doesn't mean anything, right? No, that doesn't mean anything at all. Wait a minute, there's a black market here. Yes, there is a black market here. So you can see here, this guy can give you a treasure map for 10 rubies. And you may think, oh, how do you get rubies? Well, you can get, well, if you win tournaments, as you can see right here, if you bring 6 different tournament medals to this guy, he'll give you 20 rubies. You can also gain rubies by beating bandits and quests, and you can trade with merchants, as you can see right here in the underground market. Now, the one thing that you can do, the reason why you want to find these treasure maps is for the gemstones. And for the gemstones, you obviously need that to be able to become, proclaim yourself the ruler, basically, of CALRADGYR and progress the story that way. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like it a lot, actually. And you know what? We're going to go to Dirim. And then I'm going to go to 4 Ways In after that. Because 4 Ways In is where there are 3 NPCs that we definitely want to speak to. One of them in particular has a lot of information that will be very, very useful to you and very intriguing as well. So let's see if we can get there without being murdered. Thankfully, we're not actually at war against anyone in particular, no vassals or anything like that. Oh yeah, and I should also mention that the garrisons in CALRADGYR are actually quite interesting because usually when you first start a game of Warband and it's based on native, whether that's native or some mod that is based on native, you're going to see garrisons that don't have that many elite troops or anything like that. But I've noticed that, not specifically in the Swadian territories, but more so in the Khergit territories, that they have many more lancers and veteran horse archers than the other faction, well, at least than Swadia. You can see here that they have 4 knights, but in the case of the Khergits, they have about 12 lancers. And I'm not entirely sure whether that's just a balancing reason. It might be a balancing reason because, of course, you've got to think, Khergit Lancers really don't have, they don't hold a candle to the Swadian Knights because they're just so good. But there you go. We can cover the rest of the way ourselves. And then what I can do is, once again, I can take 2,000 dinars, right, as you can see right here, deliver 4 units of linen to the guy in Shariz in 7 days. Linens are cheap at Sargoth. Here's 2,000 dinars. Keep the change. So we need 4 units of... wait a minute. What is that? Yeah, linens are cheap at Sargoth. Here's 2,000 dinars. Yeah, so basically what that is basically telling you, okay, go to Sargoth. Oh, wait a minute. Borcher's there. Borcher is the pathfinding guy. So we're going to go and get him. Hello, join me. Okay, so yeah, so he's going to give me 2,000 to be able to buy linen. Which I suppose I could do. Why? I mean, why not, right? I mean, why not? Okay, so I'm going all the way up to Sargoth. Okay, well, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go down to 4 ways in. I still haven't shown you Doric Castle and where it is, by the way, so I need to do that after this. But anyway, this is 4 ways in, and you'll know that from some other mods, and indeed from the original Mount and Blade, I believe. But otherwise, it's all because of Dark Lord Talver. Never mind, it's a long story. Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, that fellow doesn't usually have anything too interesting to say, but Zarina is very, very useful, as you can see. She actually gives us a whole wide variety of backstory. You can see here, this title was used for the Emperor of CALRADGYR during the period of peace and prosperity the first and last time. The 7 gemstones on his crown were made by the most skilled craftsmen of the 7 tribes of CALRADGYR and presented to him. Each of the gemstones symbolize a virtue: mercy, justice, generosity, wisdom, honesty, patience, and courage. After the years, the Black Khergit raiders took away his empire and his crown. The Black Khergit leader took the big red courage stone to himself and gave the rest to the other bandit leaders. So there you go. And that is exactly what we have to do. We have to find the stones by hunting down forest bandits, mountain bandits, steppe bandits, desert bandits, and so on and so on and so on, to find the 4 map pieces showing the secret locations of the bandit leaders. Then hunt down those bandit leaders to find the 6 map pieces showing the secret location of the Black Khergit leader. You see? And then, if you proclaim yourself CALRADGYR, all of the kingdoms will declare war on you, but all of the village elders and some guild leaders will champion your cause. Now, there are 24 guild leaders in 24 taverns in the whole of CALRADGYR, some of them dedicated to this, and some of them dedicated to that. And the number of bandits holding Doric Keep is increasing day by day. So if you are quick about things, then you might be able to take Doric Keep much, much easier than you would if you were slow about stuff. But anyway, Black Market Trade Network has reached all the towns as well, so you can see here, just follow the cow skeletons at any town entrance to reach those underground hideouts. So basically, if you have some rubies from fighting bandits or anything like that, then you would be able to trade it for a treasure map if you so desire. Anyway, there is Doric Keep. I have no idea how many units are actually in there at the moment, so I'm actually going to go over there and see, just for interest's sake. And then we are going to try and find Rolf, I suppose, because Rolf is actually necessary to be able to even attack the keep itself. Oh, it seems like there's actually nothing going on here because I can't enter it yet, as you can see. You must talk with Rolf. That's all it says. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing. And of course, I do need to buy some linen from Sargoth as well. And there's another guild leader right there. And all these guys are going to be giving you different stats, which I got to say is a very nice, unique way of providing attributes and skills without even leveling up. So if you want to, you could literally just run around, do quests, get yourself into a pretty powerful situation, and then have a grand old time with all the other skill points that you could potentially get. So I think it is a very unique, cool way to approach a mod. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be running over to Sargoth real quick. And wow, there's actually some Dark Knights here, and they're being chased by Loyal Knights. That's hilarious. But yeah, I'm basically just going to run around a little bit, and we'll see what actually happens. Maybe I will be able to find Rolf. Oh, a great host of Black Khergits has been spotted near Rivercheck. Okay, got to be careful of those guys. Alright, so I've returned back to Shariz. Unfortunately, I was unable to find the linen that I needed, and I went to Sargoth and it only had 1 piece of linen. And then I went to, I think it was Tyr, And I found 2 pieces of linen, so I only needed 1 more. And then I thought to myself, oh, okay, I'll probably go to Wercheg and see if that has any linen. And it didn't. So I was basically stuck at 3 linen until the end of the quest, because you only get 7 days to complete the quest. And so I basically failed the quest, unfortunately. But the good thing about going to Wercheg was that I found Rolf there, so that's actually pretty cool. Anyway, there you go. There's +1 skill point in spotting for us, and we also gained a ruby. And there you go. We can now actually recruit some desert caravan guards because we have done this guy's quest. And bear in mind that the joining cost is 143, which is actually kind of insane. So I'm actually just going to take a couple of these because I still have some leftover money from purchasing the linen, and might as well make good use of it. And I'm gonna just get Nazar to join us here real quick, and otherwise what we're gonna do is I'm gonna speak to Rolf, because obviously we want to see what's happening with Doric Keep. I have a dream. A group of bandits live there. First we will deal with these scum, then we can recruit volunteers from villages to the keep and customize their equipment so we can build our own army. What do you say? I'm in. Alright. So save Doric Keep from bandits. Alright, so that is a thing. I don't know how many units they actually have there, so I'm going to just go over there straight away, because it is pretty early in the game still, and maybe there'll be like, I don't know, 20. There's no way there'll be 20. Let's face it. There's no way at all. You approach the... Okay, let's do it. Attack Bertild, the owner of the keep, has come back. Oh, okay, so there's a whole bunch of bandits. It's just me and Rolf. It's just me and Rolf. I don't have a shield, by the way. Oh, there's level 2. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm actually going to just... just going to very quickly level up here. Going to increase my power strike a little bit. Oh, thrown weapons are useless right here because I don't have any. Yeah, now if I was doing this normally and it wasn't a special feature, I would have already gotten myself a couple of throwing weapons and everything, and probably some better armor. Let's face it, I'm literally wearing some nomad armor, and that's pretty awful. Don't even have a shield, so yeah, it's probably going to be almost impossible for me to do this as it stands. But these are only bandits, as you can see. These guys are only bandits, so I might very well have an opportunity to do this. But yeah, bear in mind that I'm also playing on maximum modifiers and everything, so it is highly likely I will have a lot of damage be done to me here, but I'm hopeful. That was a lot of damage. Yeah, that was a lot of damage. Okay, there we go. Take him out. There we go. Yes, nice. Okay, I'm actually surviving. Can you believe it? I can't. There we are. I'm actually using a rusty sword as well, if you can believe that. All right, let me see if I can get this guy's shield. No, I can't. Oh, I thought that was actually a way that I could go. Okay, so let's see what happens when you actually fail to take this. I actually would have been able to do this pretty easily if I actually had proper gear. Try as you might, you could not defeat the bandits. What, that's it? Okay, so I just have to talk to Rolf again. All right, okay, well, let's have a look. I'm in. Oh, okay, so there you go. So even if you do fail, it's not the end of the world. You can just try again when you can. Anyway, I still have to deliver the tea, so I'm probably going to go and do that now. Oh, and by deliver the tea, I mean cash in the quest, of course. So there you go. We're gaining +1 skill point for inventory management, and we're gaining a ruby as well. So the more times that we can do this, the better. And obviously fighting bandits is also going to have a chance of giving us a location, I guess, of the bandit leaders. And you can also recruit these guys. So you can see here that I can recruit Giroya caravan guards. It's just like desert caravan guards, but they are seemingly a lot better than the other ones. As you can see right here, these Giroya caravan guards literally have 6 in every single combat skill, with the exception of Weapon Master, which has 10, and everything else is at 6. So these guys are insane. They're really good. Unfortunately, the only thing that is letting them down in this case are their proficiencies, but of course, if their proficiencies were any higher, then I think they would probably be one of the most powerful units in the mod. So, you know, it's got to keep it balanced somehow. Alright, so after a significant amount of time and a little bit of boosting of my character and of Rolf, because of course, as I should remind you, this is a special feature, and as a result I just want to show as many of the mechanics of the mod as possible, so you can decide whether you want to download it or not. So we're going to be attacking the bandits here, and as you can see I have some armor this time around, and hopefully I've given Rolf some as well. He hopefully will survive this time around. So let's see what I can do here. I actually have some throwing weapons because I find them super fun. So that's exactly what we're... Oh yes, take this. Take all of these wonderful throwing weapons. I love them. They are so incredibly fun to use. And boom, and boom, and boom. I just wish I had more of them, you know? I just wish I had more of them. But yeah, you don't really need to be as powerful as this to be able to even do this particular thing. Because of course, this is really not a case of the Snake Cult Stronghold from Pendor, for example. The Snake Cult Stronghold from Pendor is meant to be extremely difficult, is meant to be one of those things that is something you do very late on in the game. And this, not so much. I would say that this is more of an early to mid-game kind of thing. Probably when you get to mid-game, you'd be able to do this. Because, let's face it, I'm way too powerful for this right now. But that is, of course, on purpose. You know, I'm just trying to do this so that we can check out the custom units and everything and see what they're all about. And that is exactly the point. Anyway, there you go. We gained some honor. Bear in mind that whenever you attack some bandits, you actually lose honor. I'm not entirely sure how that is supposed to work, but yeah. So anyway, the bandits are broken. There we go. All right, so does that mean I can actually go in here now? Yes, it does. Oh yeah, very nice indeed. Okay, so we can actually speak to our Doric knights and rangers and so on and so forth. And as you can see, I'd like to select your equipment. Aha! There must be 15 iron, 15 leatherwork, and 15 rubies in the chest to be able to select their equipment. So there is a requirement for it. You can't just eliminate 30 or so bandits, well, looters, shall we say, and then expect to be able to access these guys' equipment. So yeah, you need to get 15 iron, 15 ironwork, and so on and so forth. And as you can see right here, I do have some rubies, as you can see from my previous attempts to do some quests and so on and so forth, but obviously there is a pretty clear progression, and well, I'm gonna leave that up to you. If you want to download the mod, there is a link in the description, and I'd highly recommend checking it out. It is a lot of fun to be able to do quests and gain skill points just from doing that, and obviously there's a wide variety of different ones that you can do as well. And let me know in the comments how you get on. If you like it, if you don't, then by all means put it down there and see what's happening. You know, maybe we can get a discussion going about what you like about it, maybe what you don't like. But anyway, there you go. I think it's really good. I think it is a really nice formula to Warband. It's a little bit more structured in regards to the quests, and it kind of gives you an overarching goal. Because of course, the goal in general of Warband is to conquer the entirety of CALRADGYR, and this very much has the same kind of thing going on for it, but it adds additional mechanics so that you don't necessarily have to do it the same way, and instead you don't have to go conquering around the place. You can instead go and you can get a whole bunch of gemstones, and then you can have all the villagers love you, and you can create your own customized army with these knights and rangers and so on and so forth. I think it is very, very cool. And this came out literally less than a day ago, so check it out. Link in the description. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.